Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another set of Genshin Impact reactions. Today we have some songs from the A Space and Time for You quest, apparently. Hardshit wanted me to get to these. A lot of people agreed. And this is a Sigh caught in Still Time and Nothing Gold Can Stay, which are both interesting titles alone. And I'm not sure if they have anything to do with the songs directly or if they're just kind of interesting names. But at least the second one makes me think of something else, so maybe it'll be related to that. I'll get into that if it's relevant. Anyway, I'm going to listen to these today, and without further ado, let's go! They're both fairly short, too, so... I mean, this is a very... I use the term somber a lot. Sobering might be better for this one. Especially with those... Oh man, those tense clashes in there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, we're going up like half steps. Oh, it's broken. Oh, that's very strange. It does resolve a little bit, though. Oh, that was a whiplash of a track. Wow. I just had to re-listen to that one because there was a lot going on in that song, the way that it was set up. I wouldn't even say structured in this case like I usually would. The way that this song builds into what it became is extremely emotionally moving. It continues to shape itself differently over the course of the runtime of the song. And like I was alluding to during the reaction, plenty of dissonance. I mean, good lord, the amount of dissonance in here, both rhythmically and melodically, is frankly disgusting in all the most beautiful possible ways. Like, the way that this song started so surprisingly calm and, you know, confident to an extent, and then it like built in more of like this trepidatious sort of feeling. Things started to get a little bit more uneasy and you weren't sure where the song was going to go, and it's like, okay, where's the emotional path right now? It almost felt like they were afraid to move forward. They were like standing at the edge, like, I can't move further. How do I continue this path? It's like you're being laid into with this concept that there is more beyond this point, but you're stuck there and you're like kind of pacing on the edge, not sure where the song is going to go. And then it almost comes to this point where the song started to feel angry. It's like you were fighting with yourself for not being willing to take that leap of faith off the edge, because you know that there's something over there, right? There has to be. Something led you to this point. You know that there's something beyond that point, but you're now weighing the option of, is it worth it? And it's almost like you're getting mad at yourself. Like the build of the song starts getting a little bit more, again, the tumultuous sort of relationship there, where the song starts to build up and the energy gets a little bit more sharp. The notes start to land on the wrong rhythms and beats. And it's like, where is the emotional pressure of this? It's falling onto the listener. And it's like, this is so cool because it does end with a resolution, but it also ends softer than everything that it was building up to. And it's because the song reaches this like emotional peak of sounding angry, and then it loosens that a little bit right before the end. It's almost like they decided not just to jump off the edge, but to turn around and fall backwards. And like the last thing that we see, that final resolution, is them hitting the ground at the bottom, with the realization that there was no safety net that they thought was going to be there. And that argument they just had with themselves was probably very much their own core feeling of something's not right about the situation. I know I shouldn't jump, but I'm going to be fighting myself over this because I know there's something over there. And it's almost like they're tricking themselves into thinking that something's over there. It's like gaslighting themselves throughout this whole song. Again, starting in such a calm and cool and collected sort of mentality to build up to this confusing melodic mishmash of different emotions. And again, it starts feeling like it's more angry. And it's by the end of it, you're like, oh, they chose poorly. And that's kind of what the song leaves you with. And it's gorgeous in that way, but also very unfortunate because I don't know what the situation here is for the characters that are involved. I don't know who would be causing this sort of feeling, what the story would be about, what this quest line would be. Like, why would that emotion be what's there? I did see that Harshit said rip a character, so I'm not sure what that means. I'm assuming somebody died, but maybe the feeling I'm feeling is that character going through all of this emotional turmoil, trying to figure out if the decision they're making is the right one, and then something bad happens, and by the end of everything, the character dies. And that's just the reality that happens in that situation, and there's nowhere else for that thought process to go. So this is an interesting one. I haven't had a song that got me this thought-provoked in a second, especially in this sort of an emotional weight, where it's like, I've had songs that of course got me a little bit more invested in the analytical side, but this one carried me through a story better than most songs recently. So yeah, good on it. But now we have to listen to the other one. So those are pretty much all my thoughts on there. And now we're going to listen to Nothing Gold Can Stay. So without further ado, let's go. This one starts more mysterious. Ooh. You were like sitting in this. Oh. Nope. There's that tension. Again, I thought they were going to shift it. But this is that, like, the sad tension. This, like, minor key tension. Oh. Still rooted in the same notes as the last one. This one has more energy behind it. This one's feeling more like a race against time. I mean, obviously with the ticking in there, the clock, but... Oh my, was that it? That was the whole thing? God, okay. I expected more than that. I knew it was short, but that felt like 30 seconds. Okay, so my thought that I teased in the beginning was fairly relevant to the song title. The song title is that poem. It has to be. This song reflects that poem so well. The poem of Nothing Gold Can Stay is a traditional poem, and the whole message of it is that nothing lasts forever. That's the overarching message there. And this song, reflecting time, makes me think, oh, yeah, for sure. And it's like a race against the time. The energy behind this song starts so beautiful. It starts a little bit sad, and, you know, you're feeling that emotion of, well, okay, we're starting here. Like, this in its core is a beautiful moment, or even if it's a sad moment, it's reflective of something that was beautiful. This minor key that they were using here was definitely supposed to reflect that sort of a feeling, this feeling that the characters who are experiencing this moment are recounting this time that was once happy and is now becoming a sad memory. But then as the time starts to go on, the stress starts to crank in a little bit more, the speed starts to show up, and the clock ticking definitely makes it feel all that more real in the moment. And it still ends on a beautiful note, but at the same time, all of that existing tension is still kind of there. They don't like fully resolve it by the end. It just kind of like dangles and, you know, dissipates out. It doesn't really fully resolve. Even like the last one had more of a resolution than this one. So that's part of that time, I would say, part of that feeling where it's like nothing's perfect and nothing gold can stay. Nothing is forever. So you're confronted with that reality. So this also reflects on that whole thing of that one character passing away in the last song. And I don't know which song would be the moment of that passing happening. I would assume it's the first one, but this one might be one of those like story moments where things are becoming more real potentially, and it's before the last one, maybe. I could also see this being the very final moment as well, like where things start to build up and you really get that, but then it kind of lets it dangle out like the final breath leaving the chest of whoever passed. And it's just, the other one, it did resolve, and that feels a little bit more of like a beautiful moment despite the anger in it. This one doesn't really feel like it gives you the time you need to come to agreeance with whatever's happening. And that in itself is a completely different argument. Whereas like in that last song, it almost feels like you come to terms with those final moments and everything is resolved by the end of it, just like the song was. And for this one, just letting you dangle on that final breath, that's another way to think of this emotionally and how the impact of the story may play out. Again, it's hard to know, for me, obviously, what the context is and which song is directly that moment in time. But with the title of this one and the title of the other one, both are valid. And I can't really decide which one would be more impactful in the story, I suppose. Like, would you want a resolute ending? Would you want everything to be relatively better by the time that somebody passes? Or would you want that emotional strain of them not getting the chance to? And that's a whole other can of worms. And honestly, it really could go either way, but a beautiful track. It was just insanely short. It really felt like it started and ended in the same 30 seconds. It was just that smooth, though. They were both beautiful, beautiful compositions, great ways to handle both of them. And again, landing on different notes of how that acceptance in that moment, how coming to terms with your life in that time can reflect. But I also did not expect to be confronted with mortality tonight, so that's something. But I think that's about all I gotta say on these ones. So thank you all so very much for watching, and thank you to Harshit for putting these into the comments, as well as a shout out to Barillaron, who apparently is the one who wanted me to get to a Sigh caught in still time, and Harshit added that to their comment through an edit. So all shout outs to you guys. Thank you. If you have anything else you want me to get to, by all means drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.